They called her Lady Day, and she sang the blues. Today, almost 17 years after she died broke and virtually forgotten, Billie Holiday was remembered in Hollywood with a star along the Walk of Fame. Dennis Michael reports it was a chance for those who knew her to reflect on her unique gift.
My man don't love me. He treats me oh so mean.
Had she lived, legendary jazz singer Billie Holiday would have been 71 years old today. On the streets of Hollywood this afternoon, the one they called Lady Day was remembered with cool jazz and warm tributes.
Today we honor a lady who should have been one of the first people to have gotten a star in the Walk of Fame 25 years ago.
Los Angeles Times jazz critic Leonard Feather, a friend of Billie Holiday's, assessed her role in the history of jazz.
The main thing is that she had an individual sound, a perfect, totally individual style, beautiful way of phrasing. She could bring real luster to any song.
He's the lowest man that I've ever seen.
I think every singer from Frank Sinatra and Joe Williams on down, anybody will tell you that her impact on the whole history of musical, of jazz in this century, particularly vocal jazz, has been enormous.
And the many singers who attended agreed.
She taught me a lot about feelings of lyrics, you know, which I think for a singer is the most important thing, more so than the melodic part of the music.
Every lady singer should get down on her knees and thank God that there was a Billie Holiday.
Instead, they got down on their knees to unveil a star dedicated to Billie Holiday.
There was just nobody else like her.
Sometimes when you think it's on, baby, it has turned off and gone.
Dennis Michael, CNN, Hollywood.
Still to come on Showbiz Today, our focus...
Greatest jazz singer of all time, legendary singer Billie Holiday, would have been 71 years old today. And there was a special birthday present honoring her in Hollywood. Fred Anderson reports the lady who sang the blues got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame today. Fred.
Well, this was posthumously, of course, and it would have been her 71st birthday. Hundreds of her fans saying, "It's about time." A star was unveiled in her name today on Vine Street in Hollywood.
Love is just like a faucet. It turns off and on.
Billie Holiday was a headliner in the 30s and 40s. And when she died at age 44 in 1959, Lady Day, as she was called, was mourned by musicians, fans, and music critics, and remembered as one of the great jazz singers of all time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame Miss Billie Holiday.
Today, fans and musicians turned out on Vine Street in Hollywood for the unveiling of a star in her memory.
Ain't got the least desire to set the world on fire. Just let you make it proper to call my old man Papa.
Top musicians who once played with Billie Holiday performed for a crowd that bulged out onto Vine Street. A huge crowd, usually drawn by only the biggest of the rock stars. And while a who's who of jazz greats looked on, Billie Holiday was remembered for her contributions to American music.
I had the feeling about Billie that she was one of the very few artists I've ever listened to who seemed to have an absolutely original talent. She didn't sing as though she had imitated somebody or had been influenced by somebody first.
Every lady singer should get down on her knees and thank God that there was a Billie Holiday.
She is the reason that I made my career as far as it has come, because of the fact she gave me my first wardrobe.
As far as I'm concerned, she was the greatest, without a doubt. You know. She could take some of the dumbest songs you've ever heard and make them sound absolutely the most palatable.
Lady has been gone almost 27 years now, but she will never be forgotten.
Sometimes when you think it's on, baby, it has turned off and gone.
In addition to her music, the tragic life of Billie Holiday will be remembered for some other milestones. Back in 1938, she was the very first black singer to perform with an all-night white orchestra, Artie Shaw's. Her star at 1540 North Vine Street, just a half block down from the Vine Street Bar and Grill. The jazz spirit of Lady Day lives on through today's performers.
Lived 44 years, died 27 years ago. It's about time she got that star. She did it all in her lifetime, I'll tell you, and did it the best. The news continues now with Ann and Harold.
A legend of the jazz world was honored yesterday on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Treat me right, baby, and I'll stay home every day.
Billie Holiday is remembered by many as the greatest jazz vocalist of all time. She set the standard for many popular singers who followed. Yesterday, her contributions to the music industry were honored with a special tribute.
We welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame Miss Billie Holiday.
The event was held on what would have been Lady Day's 71st birthday and was attended by many who felt the influence of her music.
Her style was more than style. It was direct from the heart.
I'll find myself doing something and it's technically a Billie Holiday influence, and I have to pinch myself, say, don't do that.
Every girl singer, woman singer, should get down on her knees and thank God that there was a Billie Holiday.
Sometimes when you think it's on, baby, it has turned off and gone.